Welcome back, football fans, to the prediction show. It is Sunday, the 11th of August. EFL started yesterday. Community Shield done and dusted via a penalty shootout. And you know what? Without further ado, let's get into it. Run the intro.
Football drives our hearts. Data plays its part. Value bets we seek with Joe from OddAlerts.com.
Were you following on X? I did warn you in the previous video. Get over there. I'd be sharing some tips and in-play predictions. I didn't share too much, to be honest, because I was feeling a bit under the weather, but this is what I had at half-time in the Championship. Bristol City ended the half well, and we went with over 1.5 goals at 2.37. That one came in late goal, to be fair, penalty for Hull. And then Stoke, we used the live XG on the website to see that they were pressing, nearing 1 XG at half-time, and backed them to score first. And they continued to play pretty well in the second half, got their goal, and the over 1.5 goals treble that we put together as well, that came in, that won, that was over evens. The BTTS double, the first game was BTTS after about 15-20 minutes. The second game, Notts County, let us down. That was a bit of a strange one, but maybe their manager leaving has had a bigger impact on them than I predicted. So we will start the video by looking at the trends section. Remember, we are looking at Sunday's games. I'm trying to do a daily predictions video here, and I'll make a commitment to you right now. If this video gets 5,000 views on Sunday when posted, I will do another one tomorrow. I will commit to that, and it's up to you. Like, subscribe, comment. That's going to get us up that algorithm ranking. If you want to see videos like this every single day, that's all you have to do. Share it online. Share it with your mum if you want. Yeah, mum, got some predictions for you. Yeah, that's great, Joe, but can you just go and buy some eggs, please? Do the dishes. The recycling's overflowing. So Sunday the 11th, then you can see as I'm recording this, we've got some games in play over 1.5 goals, 3-0 already. That's all right, isn't it? 31 out of 32 games have seen over 1.5 goals for them. We will start with over 2.5 goals. And we'll see what kind of games we've got here. We've got a game from Sweden, Trellaborg. I believe I looked at this on the previous game, and the odds are 1.44 now. I'm sure they were 1.5. We'll take a look at this, open it in a new tab for later. You can see that Trellaborg, interesting, have scored in every single home game, whereas this away team, 0.29, they have failed to score in 86% of games. That is pretty terrible. Average goals per game at home for Trellaborg, just 7 played at home, so 14 total. You can see it's 100% in terms of 3 or more goals. BTTS, just 14%, of course. And Lade, they really do struggle for goals away from home. So let's have a look at this one, because I imagine the full-time result could be an interesting option as well. 1.36. Well, what we're going to do is say, let me know if that hits 1.6. I'll be alerted. Maybe it starts slow. Maybe the unthinkable happens and Lade go 1-0 up. We'll do an AI fixture simulation. You can see 1.62 is the score we're going to get for this. So I'm going to save that because I think that's a decent points return given the data that we've already seen. And then we will do a simulation. I'm going to go 2-0, 2-1. We do get a goal for the away team in this game. Let's have a look at the data before moving on to another game on Sunday. This one is at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. today. So you can see there, Trellaborg, not the best team in the world in terms of the games won, but at home they are a bit better. In terms of goals, they are averaging 2.86 per game, more than enough to beat this team today. So in terms of the odds, the best you are going to get is 1.45 at the time of recording with Dafabet. On to the next game. So if you're new to trends, one thing that you can do that's pretty good is click next 24 hours. I'm going to do that. So we only get games from Sunday, and you can see we've got a few 100% records here in terms of over 2.5 goals. We've got a game here, Sanford Rangers, 1.2 with the odds pre-game. It's 2-0 after 7 minutes. So the trends page, whilst it focuses on pre-match mostly, if you go here and there's games in play, it can be a pretty good source of in-play opportunities. We've got a game here, Maitland. 9 out of 10 of their away games have seen 3 or more goals. It is currently 0-0 after 36 minutes. So if you're from the future watching this, which I predict you will be, have a look at how that one ended, see what the peak odds were, and Maybe you could enter this game for 1.5 goals or something. That's how I usually go about it, but always important to note as well, every game is different. If you set alerts on this page, let's set an alert for this 7 o'clock game. Let me know if it hits 1.6. And it's important to note, even though this is 12 out of 12, when you get an alert, it doesn't automatically equal a bet or betting opportunity. Always go in, dig into the data and see what is what. So let's take a look at a few more of these games. Maybe we can put a double together for over 2.5 goals for Sunday, the 11th of August. Now I'll show you this game from Latvia as well, because we've got a similar story here. This team, they've only played 6. But just look at the average goals scored, 0.17. They failed to score in 83% of games. Now the home team, Ventspils, not fantastic by any stretch, failed to score in 43% of games. In terms of goals conceded, the away team has conceded 2 or more in every single game. So let's open this one in a new tab and just take a look at the probability model first for this one. And you can see we've got the home win, 1.34. So they're not the greatest home team, although we will check the data, but they are still playing an away team that, if we look at the results, we're going to see, aren't we, how good or bad they are. I just saw the stats there. They have lost every single game and they have conceded 3 or more in every single one of those away games. Their overall form, they actually come into this with a victory. The last couple of games, BTTS, the last 3 games, over 2.5 goals. For the home team, at home, no goals in the last couple of games. So Ventspils unbeaten in the last 3 games from 2023 onwards between these two teams. Let me know what you think about that one in the comments. We'll just look at the table as well to see, in terms of goals scored, where these two teams rank. They are both towards the bottom, and of course the away team, 9 goals in 13. If we look at their away form, it's just 1 goal scored in 6 games. And Ventspils, to be honest, I would avoid this game just because they're not the best, and given the odds, 1.67 is the peak. So actually, it is a value bet, 1.67, based on the probability model. So you can take a look at the odds here. The lowest that you will get is 1.63. The peak is 1.7. So that could be something you potentially add to your slips today. Maybe this home victory and over 1.5 goals in another game. We can use the bet slip generator in a moment to find some games using that tool. So from over 2.5 goals, let's look at the best home teams playing today, Sunday the 11th, and that game is 4-0 now. So we've got Cruzeiro under 20. So both Cruzeiro teams are pretty good at the moment at home. 1.75 the odds. They're playing at 130. They're playing a good team. They're playing a team that's only lost once. 83% win rate. Away from home, conceding just 0.33. Straight up, this is one that I would avoid. 2 very good teams coming at it. 2 very good defenses coming at it. Retro, however, 8 p.m. over evens. They're playing a team that's won 50% of games, conceding just 0.38. We'll open that one in a new tab as well. And I'm going to go ahead and set some alerts on these games. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Any that was sort of 1.3 or under, I've set alerts. So let me know when it hits 1.5/1.6. And I will go in and investigate that. And we've got our Ahly here. That's Egypt, isn't it? Yeah, they are evens. They're playing a team that's won 47% of games. A team that is, again, decent defence, not as good as those previous teams that we've just looked at. They've scored 1.47. This team is unbeaten, Ahly, at home. So we'll open that one in a new tab as well and explore that in a moment, because you know how I love the draw, no bet or double chance mixed with over 1.5 goals. Now we're going to look at the worst away teams in the world playing on Sunday, the 11th of August. We've got Burger, 1 p.m. I fancy a burger tonight, to be honest. Evens, to continue their bad form, they've lost 7 out of 8 away from home. So Burger away at Hasselholm, who have won no games at home, played 8, won none. So always a tricky one with this. Is this the day they finally turn up? The away team at evens, maybe a draw, no bet, double chance for this one as well, because it's not looking too bad in terms of their form versus the others. We'll take a look at this in a new tab as well. And now let's just open some of those new tabs, shall we? Not that one, this one. This was Retro, this was a home team, wasn't it? We'll take a look at the data first. So they've won 88% of games, goal difference 10 compared to 11. The away team unbeaten away from home, important to mention there. And goals scored per game, 1.75 for each of these teams. They've both scored 14 goals and both got very good defences, as we saw. Let's take a look at the recent results, especially the head-to-head in a minute as well. So the previous game, 0-0. That's putting me off any potential bets straight away from this Brazilian game. The home form is good, though, for Retro. And if we look at the away form, well, this team is unbeaten all season. Fantastic record. And Retro won the previous game back in February. How do you see this one going? Let's do a AI fixture simulation after just checking the odds. So the home win, 2.26 with the probability model. We will run a simulation, and it is a narrow 1-0 victory for Retro. If we look at the odds, I don't think they were too far away from the model, were they? 2.10 is the peak with Bet365, with Dafabet 2.13. You could possibly see value in the draw here, or as I say, double chance and over 1.5 goals. Let me know what you think about this one. And of course, any comment automatically entered into a draw to win OddAlerts Pro. The next new tab that we opened was Ahly, and this one I quite like the look of, actually. Evens to win. They are unbeaten at home this season. They are playing catch-up, if I remember correctly. They have got a few games in hand. Goal difference 33 compared to 8. That is decent. 31.4 degrees in Egypt where they're playing. That's pretty nice, isn't it? I wonder if the heat affects the goals. I'm sure it does, but wow. That record, that recent form is pretty special. No defeat since April in too many games to count, to be honest, especially on a video. ZFC come into this having lost the last 2 games, playing against teams that are second and third. Already, this is looking like a decent play for me. I know that form is decent away from home. They've scored in the majority of away games this season. Where's the previous game against this team? They lost 1-0, then they lost 3-0, but these are 2020 games. So the only recent meeting, I'm guessing this team is a newly promoted team because they have not played since 2020, ZFC. Previous game was a 1-0 victory to Ahly. Will they repeat that? Will they get a victory? Because they are chasing the title, by the way. So there is real jeopardy in this one. Evens to win. Evens to win. What about the double chance? What about draw no bet? Let's have a look. Both teams to score. I would imagine that's pretty low, actually. I thought it would be a bit higher than that. We can look at the double chance, and you'll see that it is peak of 1.39 with Betfair. What about the draw no bet? That is 1.63 with Betfair again. So another thing that I like to do is draw no bet doubles, which is quite nice, or double chance doubles with over 1.5 goals. So we can see here that this is actually a massive, massive value bet based on the probability model. 1.41 is what we're getting from the model, and evens is what's being offered, around evens with various bookmakers. So yeah, I would be getting on this today, Sunday. So the final game from the home trends page, we're going to look at Hasselholm. They've won just 20% of games all season, winless at home. Away from home, though, we did see that Berger have lost the majority of games. So the previous game was 0-0. That kind of turns me off from the game. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll just take a look at the odds as well. Unders could be the play, you know, when two teams play each other, but it could actually go the other way. And, you know, if they're just conceding for fun and they're just both pretty terrible. Over 2.5 goals, 1.6. So if you were to go under 3.5 at 1.57, under 3.5, yeah, 1.57 is the peak. Let me know what you think about that. I know some people just absolutely hate betting on the under, but, you know, it is what it is. You can check out the data on the probability model. It is profitable, one of the most profitable markets for sure. Generate, and we get a 2-1 victory, which would be under 3.5 goals. So you could have maybe create some kind of bet builder, mixing those outcomes. And what we will do now, we'll take a look at one more trend section. What should we look at? Over 1.5 goals, I think we will save for the bet slip generator in a moment. In fact, I know what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you some updates that I made to the corner page, because I don't think I've shown these on the YouTube as of yet. So what you can now do, I've done a couple of things. I've now stretched out the time that this is looking at. It's now looking at the next 10 to 14 days. And you can click the filter button and you can now filter by competition, which is massive. I launched this just before the EFL kicked off yesterday, and we can see if we go to England here, we've got the Championship, we can apply the filter, and there we are. We get all the upcoming Championship games. And I added the date range increasement yesterday night because I saw on the availability alerts that Pinnacle and Bet365 were already adding corner markets for next week. So I thought, hey, the corner page should definitely be looking that far into the future. It was looking 5 days ahead by default. So yeah, that is the corner predictions page. Let's take a look at another market over 10.5 corners, and you can see it just sticks to the Championship. And what you can do is just go back, all competitions, you can sort by the odds, you can sort by the time, apply the filter, and there you go. You get the highest rated games at the top. And this is oddalerts.com/corner-predictions, or just click this little box up here. So we will end with the bet slip generator. We're going to create some doubles, but before that, hit like, subscribe, whatever you need to do to get this video to 5,000 views today. I know it's a big ask based on, the rest of the video is getting like 2.5k. But I'm just testing something. I'm testing if these more day-specific videos do better. I'm not sure if they will, but you've got to keep experimenting, haven't you? If it does, you've got me for tomorrow. You've decided what I'm going to do tomorrow morning. So let's create a double for today using the bet slip generator. So we can add into this home wins, shall we? Let's do home wins and over 1.5 goals. Medium, good, and high predictability. Value bets only. Let's keep this off for this one, and we're going to say next 24 hours, and we will hit get. Again, on last week's video, the get button is cropped. I need to sort that on the screen recording, but it is there, I promise. And now we get some results here, and the odds are evens or above for all of these doubles. So feel free to take a look at some of these and tell me what you think. Tell me if you're on any of them, and if you are, best of luck to you. More updates coming to OddAlerts this week, including some fantasy football tools, a fantasy football scouting tool. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to be doing some videos where I pick my fantasy football drafts as well. That should be interesting. And that's it for now. That's it for today, Sunday. And as I say, if you want to see me again tomorrow, all you've got to do is hit like, subscribe, comment, and hopefully that pushes us up the algorithm, river, rainbow, whatever, and we will be back here tomorrow. Because if not, don't know, might be Thursday, might be Friday. Up to you guys. Roll the outro music.
Football drives our hearts. Data plays its part. Value bets we seek with Joe from OddAlerts.com. Come along for the ride, where stats and passion collide. Find the edge inside with Joe from OddAlerts.com. Winning more than just a game. Joe's the one to take the fame. Value bets ignite the flame at OddAlerts.com. Our hearts, data plays its part. Value bets we seek with Joe from OddAlerts.com. Come along for the ride, where stats and passion collide. Find the edge inside with Joe from OddAlerts.com. Winning more than just a game. Joe's the one to take the fame. value bets ignite the flame at oddalerts.com.